Good morning. It's the one and original. That's right. GC3, and I'm in the place to be here in lovely Phoenix, Arizona. I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back. We got basketball back in action. A lot of great things going on in the state of Arizona and across the country. Last night was the first game I was able to cover to kick off the 24 and 25 season. I went down to my second home, which is Tucson, Arizona, and I got caught up with one of my fellow scouts, Coach Lombardi, and I'm bringing him on right now. Coach, how's it going?
Good morning. GC3, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for coming down.
I'm in the place to be, man. Last time I was in the place to be, in the electric environment there at Pueblo High School. I really loved it. And beforehand, you took me out for a pregame meal. We got to go to El Ghetto Canelo.
Canelo.
And I got my favorite bottle of Sprite, Mexican Sprite in the glass bottle. So amazing, so refreshing. So, Coach, let's get in the game. So that was a Southern Arizona Hoops Review game of the week. It was Ironwood Ridge visiting the Pueblo Warriors. Both teams loaded with some prospects. However, you didn't warn me, man. Even Coach Galindo didn't warn me. I should have brought my poncho because, man, it was a storm last night. I mean, Sarah Galindo and America Cazares was just making it rain. I mean, I should have brought my umbrella, my poncho. Like, it was just huge game. I mean, let's talk about the game, Coach, real quick before I bring our next guest.
Yeah, George. I mean, the atmosphere was electric at the beginning of the game. I've been to a lot of girls' high school basketball games. And especially early in the year when, you don't know too much about your teams yet. Usually you don't have that kind of atmosphere, but you could tell right at the beginning that the girls were all locked in on both sides. Everybody was ready to go. And then it started out, really, it was neck and neck. Both teams were scoring and trading punches. But then, Pueblo's press just started taking its toll on Ironwood Ridge. They really had trouble getting the ball up the floor to get into their offensive sets. And then America Cazares had what I call an epic night last night, 48 points. And this was against a team that is tough. They got some tough kids. They got some kids that play year-round. They're athletic and active. The 48 points that she had last night is legit. It was earned, and so you were there. She put on an incredible display. So that was really fun to watch. It was exciting, and it was good to see both teams early and to see where they're going to be at the end of the year.
Absolutely, and my hat's off to Coach Galindo and his staff. I've been following him for a few years. One of Tucson's premier, coaches. If there was, women's basketball, Mount Rushmore, I mean, Coach Galindo has my, endorsement to be chiseled on that mountain, man, at Mount Rushmore. I mean, he, has built a powerhouse there at Pueblo year in, year out. His teams are always up tempo. And going back to the game last night, I used to coach that way. I used to believe in pressure, and over the course of the game, it wears the other team out. What happened was Ironwood Ridge's, Saucedo, she got into some foul trouble early. She's their primary ball handler. And then just that press, it just opened up a bunch of wounds. Next thing you know, I mean, I knew they had it. I mean, watching Coach Galindo's reaction when, Ironwood Ridge would just turn over the ball, just passed it to absolutely nobody because they just could not handle that 2-2-1 full court press. And, a lot of the time having, America is one of the best players in the country. Again, I evaluate across the country. You can't leave her open anywhere. I mean, in transition, she knows how to leak out, attack the basket. The other really cool thing was she could be a decoy, which opened up, shot opportunities for Sarah as well. Who had a phenomenal game, and it was just like they were just making it rain from all over the floor. I mean, again, I was very disappointed. Coach Galindo and you, Coach Lombardi, for not telling me to bring the proper attire. I should have had a poncho and an umbrella. Like I said, it was raining like from all over the court.
Yeah.
And the bleeding, it was too much. However, my hat's off to Serenity Hampton, freshman on Ironwood Ridge. She had a big second half. Who tried to chip, the lead back, but after that, the Warriors just had too much. It's like they had nitrous oxide, and they just flipped the switch, and it just went, and they couldn't touch it.
Well, I've been watching Coach Izzy's teams for over 10 years, and they're very well known for their press. I mean, and we'll talk to him a little bit about it when he comes on. Their press is relentless, and a lot of teams, when you're playing good quality teams, most teams will come out of it because sometimes you can give up easy buckets, and Pueblo never comes out of it. They never come out of it. They stay with it. They work it. You can tell the girls are connected on the floor. So that's why you started to see second quarter, third quarter, the press was really starting to wear them down. So I mean, that's hats off to Coach, because I think he coaches that way. Not everybody can do that. You really have to be committed to it.
Well, just devastating.
Serenity Hampton, the freshman from Ironwood Ridge. I used to coach her when she was younger. I go way back with her. She's a freshman. That was her first like big time high school game. And she had her there was times when she looked like a freshman, but there were times she looked like a senior, where she stepped up and she scored for them, and she brought a lot of energy to the game. Seeing the energy between Serenity and America and Sarah and Jaden Saucedo was awesome last night. So it was a great environment.
Well, let's pivot to the next part of our show. We're going to bring on Coach Izzy Galindo, Pueblo High School head women's coach. And Coach, welcome to the show. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine, Coach. Again, great game last night. I was just very impressed. I mean, your team's already looking like they're in midseason form. I mean, it's like they got through that first half of the first quarter with the first game jitters, and then they were just locked in and in the zone.
Yeah, I have the same team from last year, so they should be in mid-season form.
So, Coach, let's talk about that pressure defense. I mean, it's devastating. That's all I got to say. If you're on the opposing side, if you don't have the ball handlers or you don't have a solid press break installed, it can lead to deep runs for your team offensively real quick, and just devastation for teams trying to come out of the deficit. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Fast tempo, upbeat. I like the running gun style, res ball, whatever you want to call it. Not only that, not having the size to be able to bang with the big girls down low, we can't, go man to man too many times, and they, just the mismatches down low would kill us. So take the ball out of the ball handler's hand and let the other girls figure out what to do with it. And as long as their main point guard didn't have the ball most of the time, we would fare pretty well.
No, I mean, absolutely. Like I said, I can attest to that. I mean, again, last night, Ironwood Ridge was they were a really good team. They had, in fact, more size. I was watching the, warm-ups. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. I mean, they have athleticism and size and length, but I'm like, watching your team, just the way they were locked in, I'm like, yeah, you got some players. I think it always comes down to the guard play, and I know you have the guard play, definitely. So, Coach, thinking about it, I mean, you said you returned your entire team. Is this one of your better teams that you've had? Because you've been down in Pueblo for a long time.
Well, it looks like it comes in three. So when I first turned the program around, I had Alyssa, Lisa, and Sally, and that was a turnaround. So later on, I had four, because I had America with her sister Victoria, Myla, and Sara. So with three guards, I think with three guards that can dribble and shoot from anywhere, I I mean, I don't know if that's the recipe, but for me, it's worked. And the other girls just have to lock in and play defense and rebound. And, you know.
No, that's awesome. So, Coach, my last question for you before we bring the players on is what is your goal going into next week after this really good win?
Well, first, yeah, we got Xavier coming up on Friday, so that'll be fun. They smashed us last year up there in the Scorpion shootout, so it'll be interesting. They lost like the main three guards, but they still have their bigs. So if we can just do what we do and wear them out, like you said in your little intro, we don't change our game. We play our game no matter what. We played up in the championship in 2018 with Steve Catholic, and it's not working. It's working. It's not working. Coach Self made a lot of adjustments, and I was like, let's just keep doing what we do. And we were pretty much in that game the whole game until my one big that was rebounding fouled out, and then we just didn't have the size anymore. But yeah, like I said, we play our game. It's funny you were talking about that. My little nickname for it is organized chaos. So it looks wild and crazy to everybody else, but we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And basically win by attrition. You just wear them out until they're done. Even when they had their little run in the third quarter, I felt like my girls let up because we had a 20-point lead, and that's when I started yelling and screaming. And then a little bit after that, they got back into it and picked it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just try to wear the other team down, especially when we're outside. There's not much you can do once they start getting inside, and we don't have the height or the size for that. So yeah, just push it on them.
But what a great strategy last night. You definitely got their ball handlers in foul trouble, even on the opposite side of the ball. When they had to defend you, your guards were a step quicker than them and looked to attack and get downhill. And once the defense collapsed, you had shooters wide open. So it was definitely beautiful to watch.
Even America can be a decoy for Sada. Asia can also hit. She just went 0 for 5 yesterday, but Asia has a long three also. So we have about 3 or 4 shooters that can shoot from pretty much the line after the 3-point line. So they practice that. I make them shoot those shots because we got to spread the court out. Like I said, we never have the size to compete just man to man against teams. So we got to do our team press and that kind of trap and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you for joining us, and good luck going into next week. We will be following you throughout the season. Again, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, so the next guest we got are 2 of the stars from last night. First off, America Cazares just lit it up for 45, but
48, George, 48.
48. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. I thought it was 50. It seemed like 60 points because it was just like a barrage from everywhere. But however, there was an amazing performance from Sarah Galindo as well. She could hit shots. She could make plays. She was the best on defense. So without further ado, the last part of the show, let's bring on these players. Good morning, ladies. How you doing?
Good morning.
We went to Tumamoc.
Oh yeah, we went to Tumamoc this morning.
Oh, okay.
Already working out.
So what went through your guys' head last night? Being that first game, did you guys have those jitters? Were you nervous?
No, I think we were just excited to play.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been playing together for a while, so nervous, I wouldn't say we would be. But it was a high-intensity game, so it was really fun to play in.
No, so you guys did fantastic. You both were really locked in. I felt that both of you really, besides having all those points, you guys shot, from a very high percentage. You were very accurate with your shots. If you want to share with the viewers your practice regimen, I'm sure Coach runs you guys a lot, and you can put up a lot of shots. But do you put up a lot of shots on your own?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit? For the kids that are coming up who look up to you, do you guys want to give any competitive tips for them?
I think just doing like workouts outside of practice and just making your own time to go put up shots.
Yeah, and I don't know, just keep working on your shot. There's always like room to get better, and yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about a little bit of your recruiting. Sarah, are you getting any interest or offers right now from schools?
No.
Well, that's going to change because Coach Lombardi and I, we're going to get on the phones and just start talking to coaches about you. And what about you, America? I know you had a pretty big visit in the fall. You want to
Yeah,
talk about that?
talking to SFA and Coach Savage from CSN. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, that's nice. So so you're getting a lot of interest from Cal State Northridge and Stephen F. Austin, and I anticipate both of you to have a really big winter and a really big spring. Now let's talk about goals. So my last part of it, before I pass it on to Coach Lombardi, if he wants to ask any questions, um, what are your goals for this season, individual and team-wise?
Um, make it a state. And um, I just break my sister's record this year.
Oh, that's a good goal. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, just winning, making it to stay, and just continuing to get better as a team.
Awesome. And Coach Lombardi, you have any questions for these talented young ladies?
Yeah, I got a couple quick questions for both. So, America, last night, you've been in games like that where you can kind of feel where you're in a rhythm and shots are going down. I mean, what does that feel like? I mean, did you know last night that like, hey, I'm on tonight. I'm on a heater. I'm gonna keep shooting, because you even had a couple like logo type threes. I mean, did you feel like I'm in a rhythm? Just give me the ball and I'm gonna shoot.
Um, yeah, I mean, I was just in the zone, so I was hyped. I just wanted to win, and yeah, pretty much just in the zone.
Yeah, you were definitely in a zone last night. I haven't seen too many high school kids be able to just score from anywhere on the floor. You didn't miss too many shots, by the way. Most of you had 48 points, and I don't think you missed very many shots. Do you feel, America, like, maybe you're underappreciated a little bit at this point? Like there should be more colleges, looking at you, and you should be getting a little bit more attention for the accomplishments that you've had already. You've already scored 1,000 career points. I mean, you've put a lot into this. Do you feel underappreciated a little bit?
Um, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could always get better. So I mean, it's whatever like the coaches like about me. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think your time is coming, seriously, because I think the more that, again, you're just entering your junior year, so I think you got time to wake people up. And I think last night went a long way to do that. Sarah, you had a great night last night too, and I haven't had a chance to see you play that much over the past couple of years. But last night, you seemed like a totally different player. You were driving to the basket. You made some incredible finishes on the drives. You were also hitting outside shots. You have great form and technique on your shot. What do you attribute your success so far this season to?
Is that what you said?
How did you put in a lot of work over the summer? Is this something that you've really spent a lot, put a lot of time into, or is this a game that you've always had?
Um, Over the summer, I took like a little break because my knee, like something happened with my knee. But then, like when season started, I just really started just practicing again and getting back into it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you had a great game last night. So Sarah, what do you want to do after high school? Do you want to continue playing? What are your goals? Once this senior year is done, what are you looking forward to?
I don't think I really plan on playing after high school. I think I just want to play in high school.
And just be a normal student from then on. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys taking the time and coming on with us. You guys had a terrific game. We're going to be following you all year. So hopefully you guys continue on this roll, you stay healthy, and everything keeps going the way it's going.
I apologize. Oh my gosh, my it was. But again, thank you guys for joining us. Again, thanks, Kent. Thank you, Coach Galindo, for the opportunity. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. I mean, I'm just so excited. What a way to kick off the 24-25 season. For me to come down to Tucson and making that being a part of the Southern Arizona Hoops Review Game of the Week. Again, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. So, while we wrap up, what is the last? I mean, what's your next game of the week next week that viewers can look forward to?
Oh, let me look at it right now, George. So I know I got so in December, I'm looking at Micah Mountain and Catalina Foothills on December 4th. I'm going to check out CDO and Flowing Wells on December 6th. I got Saguaro and Pueblo again on December 11th, and then I got Nogales at Saurita on December 13th. That'll be my December matchups, and then we'll kind of see how everything shakes out and plan January. But yeah, it's looking good. There's some really good teams in Southern Arizona this year. I think we got a few teams that'll probably make some deep playoff runs this year. Pueblo obviously being one of them. But Gallus, Sunnyside, Micah, Catalina Foothills, there's a bunch of teams that are going to be, playoff contenders. So we'll see how things shake out.
Yeah, for me, I'm busy. So next week, Thanksgiving, we have Thanksgiving tournaments all around the country. I'll be out in Hawaii at the 3rd annual IMU Invitational. Super excited for that. One of the teams that's representing Arizona is Canyon View High School, the defending 5A state champion. That event's loaded because it has Division I champion Iolani, which is very, very good, as well as the state runner-up, who's the host in Kamehameha. So it's going to be a very good tournament. I'm also excited to see Modern Day this year as well out of California. So They do a really good job.
Yeah.
And the following week I'll be back, and you and I, we got a youth tournament and also a youth exposure showcase, which is on December 6th, 7th, and 8th down there at the Sporting Chance. So very exciting.
Yeah,
Again,
George.
Tom Carl down there at the Sporting Chance Center.
George, we got to do a preview to the showcase. We've got some really, really good 8th grade, 7th grade kids coming to that showcase. One of them in particular has already got an offer from the U of A. So it's going to be exciting to see the middle school kids go at it, at the Sporting Chance in Tucson on December 6th. There's a tournament that weekend too. So there's going to be a lot of media coverage. You're going to be there. I'm going to be there. We're going to have photographers, videographers. We're going to put out a lot of social media content. So that's exciting. So we'll definitely have to do a show to get everybody ready for that.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for hosting me down there in your territory. I really appreciate it. And have a great weekend, Coach, and I'll see you soon.
All right, you too. Hey, safe travels down to Hawaii.
Thank you. All right, guys, so that wraps up episode number 42. Again, this is the Pueblo Lady Warriors representing South Tucson, Arizona. Again, thank you for joining me, and we'll be back next week. Peace. Thank you.